What is the bare minimum supplies that you need to get started if you want to start making money cleaning RVs? That's a really great topic and subject. Honestly, you really don't need as much supplies as you think. So, when you're just starting off, you just want to keep things simple. You're going to need a ladder, number one, because there's going to be certain areas that you have to reach. Sometimes, some of these RVs to get on the roof, they don't come built in with their own ladder. So we've literally had jobs where someone didn't bring a ladder and they couldn't get up on the roof and they drove all the way to the client's place. So having a ladder or like the step stool that you see in the video is honestly a really good thing to have. If you have a truck, great, strap it in the bed. If you have an SUV, go in and strap it to the roof. If you have a car, I actually had to use a sedan, a Mitsubishi Galant in the past when I was first starting this. I had to ratchet strap the ladder to the roof of my car. So, hey, if you don't have a truck, no problem. You could use a car if you really, cram all your supplies and gear inside. Trust me, I've done it before. I've made it work. You can make it work too. As far as if you have a truck or SUV, that's going to be better because if you have a truck or SUV, you could haul water if people want you to bring water. But our first 2 years of business, we weren't hauling any water at all. So if you think that you need a water tank, you also don't really need that. Now, the area that I operate in, we recently went into water restrictions. So if you live in a state where you're not allowed to use that much water, washing your car or whatever, you may need to bring a water tank depending on your geographic area, if that's legal or not, to actually hook up to the client's water and wash the RV. But if you live in an area that's not an issue, I've seen most people do this. They just hook up to the client's water hose. They hook up to the client's power to power whatever electronic pump or electric pressure washer that you have available, and there you go. And we've done literally thousands of RVs without a water tank just by hooking up to the client's water hose. So a water tank is great if you can get it. If not, just hook up to the client's water. Keep it simple when you're beginning. Invest in a water tank later on. So, and by the way, it takes about 40 to 70 gallons of water to clean an RV. I've done it so many times now that it just depends on how big the RV is, right? You have a gigantic RV, you're going to have to use way more gallons. But on average, you're going to use like 40 to at the most 80 gallons. So, if you can haul at least 100 gallons of water, I would say that's enough for like pretty much every single RV that you'll come into contact with. So you don't need like a fucking gigantic ass like tank of water. You could have like two 50 galloners that you can buy at Lowe's. If you need to, you can strap those in your car or your SUV in the back. You don't need to put it in a trailer. Right now, the truck that I have, we literally have the water tanks in the bed of the truck. So you can haul a trailer if you want, which will give you like an increased carrying capacity. You could carry around more gallons. But if you're just trying to stay light, yeah, you can just do it with like a 100 gallons, right? Two 55 gallon drums in the bed of your truck will do fine, you know. You're gonna need, of course, like some sort of hose where you can like spray the RV, like you got to spray it down whenever you scrub it. So, if you hook up to the client's water hose, you could just use a regular hose and a nozzle. If not, if you can't hook up to their water, you're going to have to use a water pump if you have a tank. So, keep that in mind. If you have a tank, you're going to have to use a water pump. It's not that complicated. You can get like a $60 little Chinese electric water pump off Amazon and just hook it to your tank, and it's going to pump the water just fine, you know. I highly recommend using an electric pressure washer. I'll be making a video about that setup, but if you know what I'm talking about, they sell these little electric pressure washers for, just light duty projects around your house. Those work great for conserving your water. You're not going to spray as much by using the pressure washer because it actually limits the flow because you're atomizing it. So if you want to save water, use an electric pressure washer as well. You're going to need buckets and brushes, right, for your soap. If you have a pressure washer, a foam cannon so you can like foam up the sides like in the videos. By the way, the foam cannon is like a great way for people to it's like eye candy, right? It's addicting to watch. It's like satisfying for people to see you spray that foam on the side. It takes like 5 seconds. And people will like literally like come up and, take your business cards and stuff when they see you like foaming up. Literally for like half of our advertising videos, we'll like just like little time lapses of like spraying the foam on. Yo, people love that. And what we call it is we call it shampooing. Obviously, it's just soap and water, but if you call it something like, oh, we're shampooing your RV and rinsing it, it sounds so much like fancier, so much better. Just a little marketing tip for you right there. Use certain words and phrases and people will be more likely to buy. Of course, as you see here, right, like this guy's using a bristle brush, soft bristle brush. Don't use a hard bristle brush, bro. You're going to scratch the hell out of the RV. Use a soft bristle brush and you won't hurt anything. We've literally but one thing is, make sure you rinse out the hairs on the bristle brush, because if you get dirt and sand in that brush and you scrub the side of an RV, you could leave a bunch of tiny scratches on the side. So keep that in mind. Other than that, just some basic stuff, like all the stuff for the washing is like stuff that you would use to wash your car at home, right? A water hose, a brush, soap and water. Literally, you can use Dawn dish soap. You can use whatever dish soap that you want that you find at the store. Just keep it simple, guys. It's not complicated. You don't have to use any crazy weird soap. Nothing like that. No soap specifically made for RVs. Guys, that's a scam. We've literally cleaned thousands of RVs with dish soap and never, ever damaged them. And these are RVs that we've done for years. Recurring clients. So we would notice if it was causing the RV like damage, but it does not like do anything bad to the RV. Literally, most dish soaps are completely safe. You've seen the Dawn commercials. They use them on baby ducks, right? If a baby duck can handle it, an RV can handle it. Okay. After the wash, you're going to want to use detailing supplies. So if you don't have access to a spotless water tank, and a spotless water tank or a DI tank is this water filter. And spotless water is water that's had all the minerals and impurities filtered out of it. So you can wash a giant RV out in the sun, for example, with spotless water. And you will leave no water spots whatsoever. You could spray it all day, leave the water, let it dry on the surface, and you won't leave any water spots at all. In the beginning, it's kind of expensive though. Getting a DI tank set up, you're spending around $700 minimum for that setup. And that's the minimum. It gets more expensive than that once you start adding like little attachments. But if you're beginning, you're probably not going to have the money for that. And I started out without a DI tank. You're going to have to do washes and waxes. When you have a deionizer tank, you can wash an RV and it's going to look great every single time. You don't have to wax it. You don't have to do any further detailing. You don't have to clean the windows because there's not going to be any streaks, no water spots whatsoever. But in the beginning, if you don't have this advanced stuff, you're going to leave imperfections. You're going to leave streaks, water spots, because the water you're using, the tap water, it has chemicals in it. It has minerals in it. It's not pure. You'd be surprised what you find in tap water. There's a bunch of stuff. Chlorine, heavy metals, sodium, potassium. All this stuff is in the tap water. So when you spray it on the surface, guess what happens when it dries? All those minerals get left behind. That's why when you wash your car at home with your water hose, if you don't wipe all that water off and dry it in time, your car is going to be covered in those little translucent spots. The same thing will happen to an RV if you clean it. Now, there's two ways that you can do this. One is that you can remove the water before it dries, which is damn near impossible in an RV because it's gigantic. So good luck. You might have to put like a towel on a pole or something, get it off before it dries. I've done that before in the past. I don't recommend it because it leaves a bunch of lint on the sides unless you find like a towel that, is super high quality that's not going to leave any lint. Or you're going to have to wax out all the water spots, which is completely possible. And that's what we did in the beginning, and that's what you can do. And that's what every other detailer that I see that has like a little operation does that can't afford a DI tank. So what you're going to do is after you wash it, you're going to hand wax with spray wax all those water spots out of the RV. Now, yeah, it sounds like a pain in the ass because it is. But that's the price you pay for not having a DI tank. And that's why you should upgrade to a deionizer tank as soon as possible. But in the beginning, yeah, you might just have to work a little bit harder. You're still going to make a ton of money because it's a wash and wax. You're going to be making $300 to $500 per RV that you do. So, I mean, it's still worth it, right? You can still wash and hand wax an RV, using the basic method in like 4 to 6 hours. But a deionizer is just going to make your life a lot easier. So just keep that in mind. But it's not a requirement, okay? Moving on, you'll need some sort of glass cleaner, a spray wax, a tire dressing. So the same stuff that auto detailers use to detail cars, right? Some sort of tire spray that makes the tires shiny. Metal polish to, polish up the metal on the rims, make it shine. And of course the windows, people want their windows to be nice and clean if they have you come by and clean the RV. So make sure you get your ladder and you clean those windows. So yeah, guys, these are going to be the basic things that you'll need. I'm sure I'm like forgetting something, but I've seen some really basic setups. There was this guy that I knew named Sammy that took over an RV park. He started a little like business cleaning RVs called A Man in His Bucket. What was A Man in His Bucket? Exactly what it sounds like. It was him with a water hose, a bottle of soap, a brush, and a bucket. And he would literally just scrub down RVs, rinse them off. Yeah, it wasn't the best quality, and it wasn't the like highest quality RV cleaning you could get, but this dude was not charging like a crazy amount either. So these people were satisfied with the Man in His Bucket, and he was making money doing that. And we never got a call from that RV park again because every single person in that RV park from that point forward was calling A Man in His Bucket. So, guys, I'm telling y'all, be creative with your supplies. But, yeah, bucket, soap, water, brush, spray wax, ladder, window cleaner, tire dressing, vehicle. Alright? That's the basic bare minimum stuff. And you could be making hundreds a day. Sometimes even $1,000 a day if you have all the expertise. If you do everything right, if you do a really good wash and wax, roof cleaning, everything, you're like doing everything by hand, and you do 2 RVs a day, yeah, no, you're gonna make $1,000 a day. I guarantee you. Some people just do 1 RV a day, $500 for that day. That's still a lot of money. That's still quite a bit of money. So, yeah. So I currently have a wait list for my course. We are currently doing one-on-one coaching. So if you want to just get the straight knowledge on how to actually get like clients for your RV business, because that's the hard part. Getting consistent clients, getting consistent leads is obviously the hard part. You know, you got to keep the money rolling in. It's easy to learn how to clean these, but running a business is a whole other beast. If you guys need help with that, I'm an expert in doing this. I can help you get clients. I can help you set up ads. We can get your RV cleaning business off the ground. All the tax stuff, all the questions, all the insurance stuff, I can help you out with that. So currently building a course. There is a wait list. I have a Google Forms thing down in the bottom of the description of the video. So if you're interested in working with us, please fill out the form. And yeah, we are currently working on the course, putting it together. It's a 12-month long program. So if you guys want to make a ton of money cleaning RVs, but you need help, you need like a business partner, someone to mentor you, that's what we're here for, right? We're here to share this information and help y'all out. So go ahead, and if you feel like working with us, go ahead and fill out the information, and we'll get talking. All right. Like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment. If you have a question, I'll make a video about it. I'm super happy to help you guys, help you succeed, make a successful RV cleaning business. All right, I'm going to stop glazing myself. I'm out, fellas. This is RV Cleaning Academy. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace.